Hello, angels. My name is Ebony, and in this video, we are going to be going over angel number 1234. So if you are constantly or you're still seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 in sequential order, go no further. I'm going to break down what this number means for you and what messages your angels may be sending to you when you see this number. So when I first recorded this number, it was about maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I need to look exactly at the date. But anyway, it was some years ago, a few years ago. And I had just moved downtown and I just felt like, everything I had been through prior to had led up to where I was at that time. When I did my 1234 affirmation video, I had literally that day got word that my books were here or they had shipped. I think I just got my books, actually. Dang. Yeah, I think I had just got my books. Like I literally just got my books in my hand, like the physical copies. So it was just like, the messages were so on point. They resonated with me so much because I knew that things really lined up for me because I had proof, like the way my life was unfolding. So I wanted to tap back into that energy as I recorded this video because I can so see how where I am currently, like right now in my life, I can see how things are lining up for me. And it is like crazy to me how spot on, how meticulous, how perfect, how divine all the time and always is for me. So I just wanted to share a little bit of this energy with you so that you can connect the dots. And you could be more reflective in your life and see how things are lining up for you as well. So the most obvious thing about this number is the fact that the numbers are in sequential order. 1, 2, 3, 4, they're in steps. It's happening the way it's supposed to happen. It's really like, okay, we're counting. So before we even really get into the messages of 1234, I think it's important for us to break down every number in this complete number as well as the sum of the numbers. So when you see the number 1, it's all about beginnings, fresh ideas, leaders, the independent thinkers, like being first. Like you are the first one to do something. You are the first one to whatever. First one to create something. First one to graduate in your family. The first one to create this new invention. You're the first one with this style or this, it's all about being first. It's the leaders. Okay, not the followers. And number 1 also denotes and represents like taking the first step. Like you have to take the first step. So when you see the number 2 in this number, it's all about like balance and partnerships, like twins, your twin flame, having duality, like being okay with both ends of the stick, like duality, partnerships, and it's all about materializing as well. The number 3 represents like the Holy Trinity. It's all about like your mind, your body, your spirit, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, whatever you believe in, your ancestors, ancestral guidance or messages. It's all about growth, expansion, teachers, the educators, and creating. It's the energy of the creator. So in this number, it's kind of like representing the spirit working together, like with you. In totality, I vibrate heavy with 4 energy because 4s represent the angels. It also represents having firm, solid foundations, putting in action, putting in work, like literally putting in the work, the hard work, so that you can see your dreams come into fruition. It also represents like stability. And the root number of this number is 10. And I always think about like perfect 10s. Every number is contained in that number 10. So the main vibe of seeing 1234 is all about growth, expansion, developing, and making progress. It's all about making progress. So one of my like favorite mantras when I see 1234, I always tell myself like baby steps still move you forward. I want to say that's the title of one of my videos, but that's the truth. Like take one little step, then another step, then another step. And before you know it, like when you look back, you're going to see like those steps were really taking me somewhere. Okay, so it's all about being okay with where you are and taking the next step. The first step, number one, with the number one, but then after that, like taking the next step, because baby steps really do move you forward. Okay, it's better than just sitting doing nothing. So taking a baby step is going to take you so much further than you looking back, talking about what you're going to do, talking about what somebody else doing, and then you wake up and you realize, damn, it's been 5 years and I ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? So this number is all about progression, no matter how slow you go. This number is a positive sign of forward motion too. Like whatever you have to leave behind, it's okay. You moving on. Like you cannot be afraid of the unknown. You got to just keep going because things are really lining up for you when you see this number. It's like it's lining up. Like they say, okay, who's number one? Okay, number two, come on. Three, come on. Who's fourth? Come on. Things are lining up just like this number. Okay, so your angels send you this message to let you know, chill out, we got you. We lining it up for you. Just be cool right now. Just be cool. Things are lining up for you. This number is a number of alignment. So your angels may be bringing you messages to let you know that you really are in alignment with your spiritual and personal growth. Like you are where you need to be. You may also see this number when you are making some progress and you are putting in some work. This may be like a little clap from your spirit team letting you know like, okay, you're making progress. You're gaining momentum, okay? Because each little step is taking you further than if you're just standing right here. Every little step, you're gaining momentum. So that's why the baby steps are so important, because sooner or later, you're going to start to take a little brisk walk. Then you're going to take a little baby jog. And then you're going to like get into your little stride. And then before you know it, you're going to see this finish line. You're going to start sprinting to the finish line. You understand? Because things are literally lining up for you and you're gaining momentum. And then once you realize, you're like, oh, okay, I got this. Let me keep on. Let me keep going. Your angels want you to keep going. Keep focusing on your forward motion because you will soon be rewarded. Like before you know it, you're going to be closer to that finish line. Before you know it, you're going to be looking at that pot of gold like, hold on, is that it right there? Oh, okay. Then you're going to be like, all right, well, shit, I'm closer than I think. Because you really are. You're closer than you think. You're ascending to another level. Like you're taking each of those steps and you're ascending to another level. And your angels also want you to understand, especially with this number, that there's no such thing as an overnight success. Like you have to take these little steps. You have to learn the lessons that you got to learn. Okay, there's no such thing as an overnight success. Like you think somebody done popped overnight, not knowing that they've been doing this shit since they was 6. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing whatever. They've been acting, they've been singing, they've been drawing, they've been doing whatever forever. Okay, it's no such thing as an overnight success. You've got to nurture your craft. You got to water your seeds. You got to tend to your crops. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to plant the seed and then the next day it's just bam, overnight. Nothing in the universe works like that. Not a baby, the gestation period, not matriculation in education in school, the way nature is, the way the plants are. Like nothing happens overnight. There is a gestation period. There's a process. Okay, so your success is the same way. It's not going to happen overnight. Like, it's not. You just got to keep putting in the work and keep taking those little baby steps. If you're always seeing 1234, you may be a giver. Like, you may always be pouring into other people and helping other people, and you feel as if you're not getting anything back. However, when you see this number, this is a message from the spirit realm that all the love that you give out is bound to come back to you tenfold, hundredfold. It's time for you to receive. And I'm not just talking about one type of love. I'm talking about all types of love from all forms, from all sources, all around you. That's why I always say everything you put out comes back to you. So we got to stay focused on the love vibration, because if you stay focused on the love vibration, it's going to hit you from all around. Like, it's going to come back to you from everywhere. Like, when I say strangers on the street, babies, animals, friends close to you, friends from afar, unknown friends, like, you're just gonna get love from everywhere. So that's why the only thing you can control is yourself, and you have to focus on the love. You got to focus on the love so it comes back to you. But this is a message that it is coming back to you, so be receptive. Angel number 1234 is also a pay attention sign, because this number is all about like the little details, the little baby steps. Okay, all the small little details add up to the bigger picture. I know you may think it's just going to be this one ta-da big thing, but all of the little things, all of the little details, no detail is too small. Okay, it all adds up to the bigger picture. And that's why this number is so important, because it wants to remind you of focusing on the steps, the details. Okay, just like when saving, like the pennies, the nickels, the dimes, they add up too. You get what I'm saying? I know you think like, oh, I just want a big old check. But if you got like multiple sources of income, all of those add up. Like all those little, small, little multiple sources, they add up to the bigger picture. So don't negate that. And don't skip over the small things. Don't feel like, oh, it's just a such and such, I ain't gonna worry about that. No, you need to worry about that. Like, pay attention to the small things. I care about the details. Okay, I care about the details. So I highly resonate with this number. Like, it gotta be right. Like, even with my books. Let me go get it. These my babies here. I care about the details. So I definitely wanted hard copies. And I had to have a bookmark because I'm a reader. I wanted bookmarks, and I definitely wanted space where you can write because I'm a writer. So I knew that in my books that I created, that was a small detail that meant so much for me. Okay, so I had to take a different route. If I would have just printed mine on demand or went with the first option that was given to me, I would have missed out on this just to print a book and print it quickly. No, I'm willing to wait for what I want because I know what I want. And those details add to the bigger picture. Like, this is a little piece of love from me to you. You know what I'm saying? For the real readers and, you know, writers and the intuitives. Like, y'all need a space. Like, you want to write your own messages down. Like, I didn't want this book to just be like a book for you to read. I wanted it to be very useful for you, that you can like always have, and it be personal because it's your handwriting, it's your intuition, is where you saw numbers and what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? So all of those little details meant so much to me, and it added to the bigger picture. You understand? So this number is reminding you that those little small details that you feel like, oh, well, I can't, or maybe I should. Yes, you should. Like, there's power in your preference, and those small key details do add up to the bigger picture. So 1234, when you see this number, it's all about the level up. What's the next step? It's not like, oh, let's go back down. No, 1234, because not only are they in sequential order, they are ascending, which represents your ascension. Okay, the numbers are growing in size. Like, you're going to another level. So that's indication like, okay, take the next step. So you need to focus on your future goals. Like, what's next? Think about what you're working on or what you need to work on and put in a plan of action. Like, I'm so sporadic and no, this number is dead in my face. Like, no, you need a plan and you need to follow through with the plan that you create. You also got to let go of things that do not serve you, that no longer serve you. Habits, places, people, things, thought patterns, jobs, whatever you got to let go of. Okay, if it's not serving you, If you have a lot of resistance in any situation, that may be a sign like to let this go, because as you go higher, you got to get lighter. You can't take heavy energy up with you to the top. You got to be light. You know what I'm saying? So and you know what I think about? I think about that meme that we see every year where the girl's walking up the steps and it's like all the stuff she don't want is at the bottom of the step. I'm going to find it and put it in the video. But that's kind of what I get from this number. Like, as you let go of stuff, as you go higher, you can't bring everything with you. Everybody can't come. Everything can't come. Like, you have to release some things, especially those things that are tugging on your spirit, especially those things that you know do not serve you anymore. You have to let it go. You got to free your hands up. You got to free your body up. You got to take this weight off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And you really can do it. So in regards to love, your angels want you to take things step by step. If you're single, they want you to take steps to meet your partner. Like, they're not going to come knocking on the door. And that's crazy because one of my lovers did literally come knock on my door. But generally, that does not happen. They're not going to come just knocking on your door. Okay? So you have to, you have to learn to take the step to like meet them halfway. If that resonates with you, fine. To me, I'm just like, okay, you better catch me in Fresh Market. You better catch me in Harris Theater. But nah, for real, for real. You may need to step out. You may need to step out, do something. I don't know. If you are in a relationship, they may be asking you to evaluate, like, what's next? Are you going to move in together? Are you going to start to procreate? Are you going to get married? Like, what's next for you? Okay. Always focus on the level up. Like, how can you make your union stronger? Your angels also send you this number, especially if you've been eating chemicals and processed foods and going in the drive-thru and eating fake foods and food-like products, and you're not eating vegetables. You're not eating healthy. You're eating out of box. You're eating out of bag. Your angels want you to start eating healthy. Start incorporating healthy habits. Even if it's just, drinking more water or just adding some green sides with your meal. I don't know what you need to do. You definitely need to stop eating chemicals, and you definitely need to stop going through the drive-thru. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You do what works for you, but that doesn't work. If you're really trying to like tune in and hear the voice of your higher self, you got to make healthy choices. You have to be intentional with what you put in your body, not just food either. Okay, so start to incorporate healthy habits in your daily routine. Waking up, exercising, doing cardio. I'm definitely talking to myself because my belly, my belly is definitely jiggling. Okay, so I got to get up, start back running. Get yourself together, man. All right, take the next step. Just get up. Even if you're not running, just walk. Get up and do something, okay? This right here, once you do that, you're going to start to discover new strengths, new qualities about yourself that you never even knew because you didn't even put any effort. Okay? But your angels are sending you this number so that you can start to learn more things about yourself, like what you can do, what your mind can do, what your body can do, how it's going to feel, how it can transform. But you got to let go of whatever you holding on to. You got to release grudges. You got to let that hate go in your heart. You got to let that bitterness go. Like, you have to like let it go. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easier said than done, but you have to do it because nobody can vibrate for you. Nobody's in your mind. Nobody can do anything for you. You got to let it go so you can open up a new loving side to yourself. All those emotional blockages are holding you up. So you have to find a way to release that. Try to find some deeper meaning in yourself. Like, what you here for, man? Like, why are you here? What is your purpose? Who are you here for? Everybody has a soul mission. It may be a personal one. It may be a global one. It really may be just a lesson for you to learn. But this number is encouraging you to like find out. It's going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone. So you're going to have to do things that you probably have never done before. You may have to listen to people that you've never listened to before. You may have to go places you've never been before. But you gotta be a little uncomfortable just so you can realize, like, okay, it's not the end of the world. You gotta step outside of your comfort zone. You gotta try something different. And you gotta trust. Like, you literally have to trust that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So whatever that looks like for you, like whatever spiritual practice looks like for you, like me personally, I started in the church. Like, I literally wrote on my vision board, I need to start going to church because I was like, I didn't feel right. I didn't like the way I was feeling. And so I needed some type of foundation. I needed somewhere to start. Like, number one in this number, you got to start somewhere. So I started in church. I went to church every Sunday. I went to Bible study every Wednesday. I got baptized. Like, I did all that. What they told me to do. You know what I'm saying? I did all that. And I will never negate that experience. I will never act like it wasn't important. It wasn't profound, because it was. Because church helped me to tap into my spirituality and ask questions. And the more I asked questions, the more I realized man couldn't give me the answers that I was looking for. Then the more that I was in church, I had to realize, like, what is God telling me? Not what, like, I don't always need a vessel. You get what I'm saying? I don't always have to run to somebody and be like, can you tell me, please? I learned to sit still. And that's why I always talk about meditation, because meditation changed my life. Meditation helped me to distinguish my higher self from my lower self. I had to have a relationship with myself. So I had to find time every single day. And to this day, I still meditate every single morning. I have to create the space to where I'm able to hear myself. I don't want to have to always go to man and, you know, put somebody on a pedestal that got the same flaws as me. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to tap into my spiritual side. So whatever that looks like for you, it may be church. Okay. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm saying listen to yourself and find out what works for you. It could be journaling. It could be dancing. It could be freaking gardening. You know what I'm saying? It could be literally you out in the field, and that is your place of solace. That is your place to where you can connect to your higher self. I don't know. But this number is calling you to prepare that foundation. Figure out what it is for you. Okay? Figure out what it is for you. Not what your mama told you. Not what your granny told you. Figure out what it is for you. And that's no disrespect to anybody or anybody's religion or anything like that. All I'm saying is learn to trust yourself. Your angels also want you to reflect on your weaknesses, your areas of improvement, because we all got them. Identify the areas that need growth and then take the next step in that, whatever it may be in your life. Like, what do you need to improve? What do you need to work on? What do you need to pay more attention to inside of you? And in your life, like, what do you need to spend more time on? Is it your physical body? Is it your skin? Is it your attitude? Is it your mouth? You got a reckless mouth. Is it your character? You got a flawed character. You mean as fuck. What is it about you that you need to kind of grow up a little bit? Because we all need to, including myself. I'm definitely talking to myself. I got so many areas of improvement that I need to be focusing on. I need to sit down and say, okay, this right here, it stops. This right here, we not. So what do you need to do? What areas do you need to work on? Because one thing about angels that I love the most is that they are always sending you encouragement. I know it seems like I'm always saying the same thing all the time, like be positive, but literally, like, you do have a realm of help in the spirit world that is really here on your side. They're not judging you. They're not criticizing you. They're not saying that what you're doing is wrong. You may be saying what you're doing is wrong. They may be looking at it as an area of improvement for you. They looking at it like this is what you needed to learn. You get what I'm saying? They're always sending you comforting messages. They're never chastising you. So this number is a number of encouragement. It's a number of love. It's a number of like comfort, like giving you a hug, giving you like just the strength to push through, because they know where you at. They know what you need. They know how you feeling. So it's a number of encouragement and comfort and peace. Like, just take the next step, baby. Just take the next step. So when you're thinking about your life, reflect on all areas, professionally, personally, your spiritual connection, your mind and body connection. Like, look down at your belly now. Rub it. Flap your arms a little bit and see how they, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Are those thighs rubbing together? Yes. They are. Get it together. Snap out of it. Okay? Reflect. Like, just be honest with yourself. I ain't saying, like, be negative with yourself. Give yourself some grace, but really be honest. Like, come on. We step it up. Let's get it together. Let's get it together now. We're doing a little too much right now. So this number may be calling you to take the next step to explore new hobbies, new friendships, new connections, new thought patterns, new ideas, new music, new shows. Like, I done watched a couple of series now, and I never do that. Like, but yeah, I've been trying to, like, step out of my comfort zone a little bit. So new opportunities are going to come to you. You just got to explore those. You may be stepping into some new relationships, new friendships, new business partners, new connections. Your angels want you to explore those, nurture those connections. Don't be so closed off. Don't be so, nope, leave me alone. No new friends. Don't be like that, okay? So nurture your new connections, because you never know. You may be entertaining an angel. You may be right in front of somebody that can change your life. So communicate with new people, show empathy, show respect. And most importantly, y'all, your angels really want you to be nice to yourself. Don't be so nice to everybody else, but then get home and be so mean to yourself. Don't be so nice and loving and complimenting everybody else, but being so mean to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Show yourself some grace. Because when you do that, you're going to be more prone to make good decisions for you. You're going to be more prone to kind of love on yourself a little more and put yourself first. And stand up for yourself and use your voice and activate your throat chakra. And it's going to feel really good. Just taking that one little step. So when you see this number, your angels want you to know that things are definitely lining up for you. Everything happens in divine order. That might be the title of this video, because I felt that so bad. Everything happens in divine order. And one thing I've definitely learned on my journey, what I know for sure, what I could tell you that I know for a fact, I could tell you what I know, not what I heard, is it always comes differently than you expect. You can have it planned out, mapped out in your mind in the most perfect way. It's always going to come differently than you expect. That's why you just have to focus on the next step. Because you may think it'll happen at step 28 and it's going to happen at step 17. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never know. It's always going to come differently than you expect. I can't stress that enough, okay? So, angels, I hope I gave you some good energy by watching this video. I hope you know that just the next little baby step that you take is going to be so much more influential and powerful than you just sitting around doing nothing, okay? So, this is all about forward motion, progressing, moving on up, leveling up, like doing what's next. So make sure, if you have not subscribed, if this is your first time watching my video, hit the subscribe button. If you don't watch hella videos of mine and you still haven't subscribed, come on. Like, just hit the subscribe button. just hit the little button, okay? Hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. You know I love the hearts. Oh, I got a heart on my shirt. Make sure you leave me a comment. Put some hearts in the comments. And I'll see y'all in my next video. I love you.